One thing every filmmaker is desperately trying to get right these days, it is the perfect commercial masala entertainer. A film that's box office friendly, audience pleasing, and delivers on that elusive promise of being paisa vasool. So recently I watched Sundar C's Gangers, a Tamil action heist comedy that tries really hard to be the perfect masala entertainer. And do you know how it manages to achieve that? Yes, by making a reputable school teacher suddenly break into an item number. No kidding. Gangers, a new word for gangsters, stars Sundar C, who's also directed the film, Vadivelu, Catherine Tressa, Vani Bhojan among others in the lead. The film also marks a reunion between Sundar and Vadivelu after 15 years. And understandably, fans were excited. For many, Vadivelu's return with his signature slapstick and pun-filled comedy was a highlight. So Gangers is your typical Sundar C film. A massy film with some comedy, some element of culture like a village festival, an ensemble cast, is family friendly and has a female lead that has some role in the film. It also revolves around a man who disguises himself as a PT teacher to avenge the people who killed his wife. This he does with the help of his fellow school teachers and they call their group Gangers. But here's the twist. The film doesn't stop at being a typical revenge story. Halfway through, it suddenly becomes a heist comedy. Yes, midway, it pivots into an entirely different genre. Why that happened and why the first half built up for so long, if all Gangers was a heist comedy, I really have no clue. It takes the makers about an hour and a half to figure out which direction they want to go in until they introduce a tragic flashback including a pregnant woman played by Vani Bhojan and then again quite insensitively switch gears to become a heist comedy. I mean, why? Why show brutal scenes like the pregnant woman being stabbed in her stomach with a stump of a tree or the little girl Ramya's head being smashed by a milestone as she's held down from a moving car? Is Gangers not an action comedy? Then why this brutal suggestiveness? From a small girl missing in school to illegal liquor production and supply on the school premises, 3 gangster brothers to an undercover cop and a PT teacher with a tragic past, and then, all of a sudden and unexpectedly, a heist comedy. Gangers has no sense of direction. Having said that, the film has few, by which I mean very few comedy scenes, and still Vadivelu feels underutilized in the film. Especially in the first half, which you actually have to force yourself to sit through until the film gets much better in the second half. And that is its only redeeming quality. In terms of technicalities, Gangers feels basic and uninspired. It does use animation in bits and parts in the second half, weird jump shots and zoom shots in the first half, to lend a dose of comedy that helped the timing of a joke. But I'm not really a fan of camera movement when it is this jolty and caricaturish. And the edit, it feels dated and monotonous, especially with the length of the film. And the first half, that could really have been cut short to almost half its length. The film's tonality is another problem. As I mentioned earlier, it keeps swinging back and forth between genres. A village festival that makes no contribution to the narrative and only muddles it up. Oh, and the music? The songs did not land, especially the romantic song in the second half, during the flashback, and why the item number. I still can't get my head around that. So if you walk into Gangers expecting a wholesome Vadivelu-led masala entertainer, be warned. This is a confused film that doesn't know if it wants to be a revenge drama, a vigilante thriller, or a heist comedy. But if you have the patience to sit through a messy first half, the second half might just give you something worth your time. You can stream Gangers now on Amazon Prime Video. So this is what I thought about the film. If you've seen Gangers, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And for more film reviews and explainers like these, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.